The following program is a Town of Colony television production of the William K. Sanford Town Library.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you for the very warm welcome. It's always an honor to be here, and each year I really look forward to updating all of you on the state of our great town. First, thank you to Mark Egan, Chairman Bennett, and all the chamber directors and staff for extending this invitation to me again this year. I also want to give a special thank you to CBRE Albany and HMS Agency for sponsoring this special event once again. I'd also like to thank the Chamber for its truly outstanding services to our community the whole year through. Colony is very fortunate to have such an active and involved chamber, as well as the Colony Chamber. And as supervisor, I see the positive results every day. Finally, I'd like to thank all of you for taking the time to be here this morning and for all you've helped us achieve. Believe me, it has meant a great deal. And I do have to, I know we have a lot of elected officials here, but I have to give a special thank you to my good friend and Congressman Paul Tonko. He has an extremely busy schedule. Thank you for taking the time out this morning. I don't know how you do it. Is this really you? Because you're all over. But thank you again. I really appreciate that. Let me begin by saying that 2014 was a very productive year for the town, and I expect more of the same in 2015. I think we would all agree that there's an incredible sense of energy and forward motion in Colony, and I know this momentum will continue. We will continue to see exciting commercial and residential developments. We will continue to enhance our recreational facilities. And very importantly, we will bring a new focus to rebuilding the town's aging infrastructure. Just as an aside, we were all incredibly thrilled when Colony was named Best Community in the Times Union 2014 Annual Readers Poll. This was the first year Best Community was a poll choice, and I'm so proud that Colony was chosen. I really can't think of a higher honor for all of us. And I assure you, it's my most important goal as supervisor to be sure that Colony remains the best community ever. I think it's easy to see why Colony won the Times Union poll. We've been ranked among the nation's safest communities for years. We can all be grateful that we have outstanding police and EMS departments which have been recognized for excellence many times over. And our 12 volunteer fire departments ensure our residents of an outstanding response to fires and other serious incidents. We have a stable government, one of the region's lowest tax rates, and a full range of services. So what's not to love? Last year, having stabilized town finances, we were really excited to be able to begin focusing much more aggressively on the town's infrastructure. Now we've entered what, for lack of a better term, I'll characterize as an era of better bricks and mortar. Our infrastructure is not only the key to our quality of life today, it's the key to our success in the future. We got off to a very productive start in 2014, and I'll come back to this in more detail a little later on. In other good news, we increased the town's fund balance for the third year in a row. After adding more than $1 million in reserves, we now have a fund balance of $2.6 million. And believe me, this is a very big achievement when you consider that we started with a fund balance of zero. Our goal, which I believe is now within view, is to reach the $4 million fund balance recommended by the New York State Comptroller in the very near future. I'm also very proud that our conservative financial practices have allowed us to keep our budgets low while at the same time providing an excellent level of resident services. I'd just like to point out that our 2015 budget of $85.5 million is less than our expenditures of our $91.8 million budget in 2008. How is this possible? At a time, like every other municipality, we see ever-increasing costs for labor contracts, employee benefits, and mandated payments to the New York State retirement system. It's possible only because we have worked very, very hard every year to find new ways to make town government cost our taxpayers less. This is a major accomplishment. When talking about 7 years of success in overall budget reduction, it is of course important to acknowledge the work of all our town employees and elected officials. None of it would have been possible without their willingness to rethink the way we do business and deliver services. We've asked a lot of everyone, and everyone has risen to the challenge. Several members of the town board are here this morning, and I'd like to ask them to stand and be recognized along with our town department heads and staff that are here. So would they stand as well? Thank you for all that you do. This is definitely not a one-person job, that's for sure. And we utilize a collaborative approach, and it works well. The results speak for themselves. This year, Colony will once again meet the requirements of the governor's tax levy cap, which actually limited our tax levy growth to just 1.56%. By meeting all of our tax cap requirements, our residents will be able to benefit from the New York State tax rebate program expected this fall. Incidentally, this is the 4th year we have met the tax cap requirements. I remain committed to the tax cap as long as it's in effect, which now appears to be at least through 2016. We are fortunate that Colony has one of the lowest tax rates in the region, and it's very important for us to keep taxes as low as possible. Nevertheless, the ongoing revenue limitations of the tax cap present very real challenges, but we will continue to put forth our best efforts to honor the tax cap. Also, I have been working with County Executive Dan McCoy and other municipal leaders to explore the potential for shared services that can help us deliver services as cost-effectively as possible. At the same time, we have dealt successfully with fiscal constraints. We have made it a top priority to safeguard key services with a very strong focus on public works and public safety. I'm proud to note that we have had consistent new hires for our police and EMS departments so that these critical departments can operate at full strength. We have also honored my promise to keep funding for seniors and youth. At a time when many municipalities are cutting such services, I'm very pleased that we have remained steadfast in our commitment to funding them in full. In fact, this year we are adding a new program by creating a youth advisory board for middle school and junior high school students from our area schools. This follows on the success of our youth advisory board for our high school students, and they do an outstanding job. As you know, recreational opportunities are enormously important to our quality of life. Recognizing this, we have worked hard to find ways to enhance the town's recreational facilities at minimal cost to our taxpayers. And we've had great success. Last year, we completed our beautiful new passive park on River Road. As you may remember, the town was developed at minimal cost to the town through a mix of public and private assistance. We also began site work for our second dog park, which will be opened this spring on town land adjacent to the town golf course. We've had a great response to our first dog park, which is located at the town park on Skirmerhorn Road, and many people are waiting anxiously for the second one. With engineering plans donated by CHA and fencing donated by Waste Connections, both dog parks will have been constructed at virtually no cost to the town. I was also very pleased last summer by the opening of a new connection to the Mohawk-Hudson bike hike path. It joins the Shelter Cove residential community to the bike hike path at the Colony Town Park over a beautiful new bridge. Both bridge and connector were constructed by the developer as a public service, and we are all grateful for his support, as we are grateful to all of you in the business community for your support in helping us achieve our goals. Last year, the dining room at our golf course clubhouse was completely renovated by Martel's Restaurant. It looks beautiful, and the fact that Martel's will be open year-round means we hope next year to be able to open the course for cross-country skiing and other winter sports. And last summer, a $10,000 grant from the Hudson Mohawk Road Runners Club helped fund roadway improvements at the town park on Schermerhorn Road. We also improved the pool area and resurfaced the tennis courts, which really needed a facelift. And looking ahead, we are planning major improvements to the playground and pool this year, and we anticipate receiving grant funding to help underwrite some of that work. And we are working with Assemblyman Phil Steck on some of those projects. So thank you, Phil. Like every municipality, we have a critically aging infrastructure. And as you know, it gets to a point where it's more expensive to keep patching things up than to replace them. And that's why we've begun implementing several strategic initiatives to address our infrastructure for our drinking water and sewer systems and for our highway and stormwater management systems. I'm very pleased with what we've accomplished so far. Last year, we completed our first 5-year, $10 million paving and drainage improvement program. In 2010, when the program was begun, more than 46% of the town's roads were in need of repair or nearing the end of their useful life. So far, we have repaved a total of 55 road miles on 182 town roads and completed 98 major storm sewer projects. This is an excellent start, but with 320 miles of town roads, you can see that there's still lots more work to be done. This year, we will begin another 5-year paving plan. Also, last year, we completely rebuilt Sand Creek Road from Norbic Drive east to Everett Road. One of the goals of this project was to help alleviate flood conditions in the West Albany area of town. As part of that project, the Latham Water District installed 4,300 feet of new water main, and the Division of Pure Waters installed 900 feet of sewer pipe. Just to give you one small idea of the age of our infrastructure, the existing water mains there were unlined cast iron mains dating from the 1930s and 1940s. Last year's completion by Capcom of its new headquarters on Winter Circle and its construction of a new roundabout at Marcus Boulevard provided the first phase of a project that will ultimately extend Maxwell Road from Route 9 all the way through to Sand Creek Road. This year, the town will conduct the second phase of the project, in which Winter Circle and Aviation Road will be realigned to connect to the Marcus Boulevard roundabout and renamed Maxwell Road. In the final phase of this project, a connection will be created from the Marcus Boulevard roundabout to Albany Shaker Road, creating a parallel route to Wolf Road that will help alleviate traffic congestion and enhance economic development opportunities. I'm genuinely grateful to Capcom for helping us to get this project started. The construction of the sidewalk from Siena College to Newton Plaza has been completed, and it really feels good to look out my window at Town Hall and see that students and residents have a safe place to walk. We've received many positive comments on this project. In other areas, preserving our drinking water and our sanitary sewer systems in top working order is fundamental to every aspect of our lives. But the age and complexity of these systems mandate major long-term improvements, and they're needed now. Just imagine what it takes for the Latham Water District to speed 3.8 billion gallons of water along more than 428 miles of water main to 23,500 service connections every year. For starters, it requires the Latham Water Treatment Plant, 5 pump stations, and 15 huge water storage tanks. In addition, the Division of Pure Waters oversees treatment of 3.5 million gallons of sanitary wastewater every day at the Mohawk View Pollution Control Plant on Onardonk Ave. It also maintains 400 miles of pipe, 9,000 manholes, and 29 pump stations. That's why we have begun implementing ambitious strategic initiatives to strengthen both the drinking water and the sanitary sewer systems over the next several years. We completed several major projects in 2014, and believe me, we have a very full slate for this year and beyond. Last November, the Latham Water District completed a $900,000 rehabilitation of the 60-year-old Miller Road water tank, which holds 1 million gallons of water. In May, it will begin a $950,000 rehabilitation of the elevated water storage tank on Osborne Road. And this year, the Water District will also begin a $1.3 million project to replace pumps, motors, and electrical switching gear at the Mohawk View High Lift Pump Station, which pumps about 60% of the water pumped into our distribution system. We expect the work to be finished by the end of this year. And in addition, we have targeted $1 million to strengthen security throughout the entire water system. At the Division of Pure Waters, installation of new screenings and grit equipment at the Mohawk View Water Pollution Control Plant was completed in October, replacing equipment in place since 1978. The screenings and grit processes are the essential first two steps in the treatment of sanitary wastewater, so you can see how important this equipment is. I'm also happy to report that this $3.3 million project is expected to come in $400,000 under budget. We also expect this year to correct drainage problems at the Mohawk View plant. Also in 2014, Pure Waters replaced antiquated emergency notification systems at its 29 remote pumping stations and totally rehabilitated the Fonda Road pumping station, increasing reliability and reducing maintenance costs. Now in design is a $5.2 million comprehensive project to overhaul the Lishakill pumping station, one of the largest and oldest of the Pure Waters pump stations. The result will be increased pumping efficiency and reduced maintenance. We anticipate construction will begin this year and be completed in 2016. In 2013, and again last year, I reviewed some of the many exciting development and redevelopment projects underway throughout Colony, and it's certainly not hard to see the results. Route 9, from the village of New Loudon all the way through to Route 9R, have been virtually transformed. In 2014, several new businesses took up residence in the village of New Loudon, and we welcomed them all. Construction at the Latham Circle Mall is well underway, and the Maybe self-storage has sprung up at the corner of Sparrowbush Road, and the Leah redevelopment at 860 Loudon Road is open for business. Construction of several new hotels along Wolf Road attests to the fact that Colony continues to be a popular destination. One of these, Staybridge Suites, has just received its certificate of occupancy and has really transformed the area adjacent to Colony Center. I'm very excited that Colony Center was chosen as the home of the region's first Nordstrom Rack store, and also that a number of other retailers have chosen Colony as the location of their first regional stores, including Whole Foods, Panda Express, and Asonic. We continue to have great success in redevelopment, a sure sign that our new redevelopment policies are bearing fruit. This year we learned that 2 properties in need of a new life would be getting substantial makeovers, including the former Bowlers Club at 1210 Troy Schenectady Road. It will be redeveloped into Latham Plaza with 40,000 square feet of new office and retail space and a restaurant. And as the Bot Fire Company has a new home, there are plans for redevelopment at the site of the old firehouse. We were also very happy this year to welcome Thermo-Aura to its redeveloped state-of-the-art manufacturing facility on Railroad Avenue. At its December opening, Thermo-Aura's CEO said the company had looked for months for the perfect space, finally finding it after taking a tour with Colony officials. These are the kinds of good-paying, high-tech jobs that communities are vying to attract, and we're very happy that Thermo-Aura found what it needed in our town. I was also pleased last April to see in the Albany Business Review tech pages that 7 of the Capital Region's top 19 tech companies ranked by revenue are located or headquartered here in Colony. The list bears out that we in Colony are making the most of the Tech Valley location as we continue to attract the kind of high-tech business that will provide a strong economic future for our community. In 2014, we estimate that 536 jobs were created, retained, or relocated to Colony. In addition, we estimate that more than 900 construction jobs were created just on the more visible projects. We have lots of impressive new commercial construction as well, including a 30,000 square foot veterinary medical facility at 152 Sparrowbush Road and a 31,000 square foot warehouse and distribution center being constructed at 291 Old Wolf Road. And I think we'll all agree that the beautiful new Albany RV facility has really changed the look of the area adjacent to Exit 6. In all, our Planning and Economic Development Department last year approved 9 major projects and 30 minor projects. These projects include 560,000 square feet of new retail, office, and warehouse space, generating over $1.3 million in GEIS-related and other mitigation funds. These monies can be deployed in many ways to help the town adapt to its new growth and development. All of this activity also continues to grow our tax base. In 2014, we saw a $39.8 million increase in the town's total taxable value of property. When added to the increases in total taxable value since 2011, the total taxable value of property has increased by almost $128 million, a 2.3% increase overall in just 4 years. In 2014, 198 new homes came onto the tax roll, almost doubling the number coming onto the rolls in the recent past. And moreover, we expect to exceed that number substantially for the 2015 tax assessment roll now in progress. In conclusion, I'd like to say that it's a very exciting time to be your supervisor. The last 7 years have been very exciting and a little challenging. So much that we have worked for since I first assumed office in 2008 has been achieved, including solid financial stability. Now it is very gratifying to be able to begin the challenging process of rebuilding the town's infrastructure, inch by inch, foot by foot, and mile by mile. Colony is truly entering a new era, one of better bricks and mortar. I look forward to the challenges ahead, and I thank you all for helping Colony to be the best community in the Capital Region. Thank you. You can see the amount of time, effort, and monies that are going into infrastructure in the town. And without the infrastructure, keeping it up to date and getting it in shape for generations to come, if we don't do that, that will definitely affect our quality of life and our future. So we spent a lot of time stabilizing the finances, all of our staff working together on ideas as to how to make government more efficient, a lot of those things that we did. And we know infrastructure is not one of those things that you can really look at and say, oh, that looks beautiful. You know, we can't see the pipes in the ground. We know we turn on our water and flush our toilets and everything works and it's all magic, but it's not. And our DPW people have taught me a tremendous amount about our infrastructure and why it's so important to be focusing on that. And I also would just like to compliment, we have a budget committee that we put in place every year. And we work on that budget day in and day out, watching everything and formally meeting starting usually in May through October, November, till the budget is passed. And they've done an outstanding job. We've looked at everything, and our staff works together with us, and They understand how it was so important to do the things that we've done over the last 7 years. And the community, the business community, you have all been a major part of the town of Colony getting to this point. That's what's so important to me, that we've accomplished our goals. We've done it together. You've all been just wonderful to work with. I really look forward to the future, and I do believe Colony has earned that rank of best community, and that's because of a tremendous, amazing staff and the elected officials that I work with. We're very diversified in the ideas that we bring to the table. It's a very collaborative approach, and with all of you as well. So I'm really proud of what everyone has accomplished, and thank you so much again for this opportunity to tell you all about where our town has been over the last year and where we're headed for this year and into the future. Thank you.